back to the yard, Dad. We're gonna be doing a little lawn renovation here in the back yard area of my my property here. Yeah, we have quite a few different things, and I'm trying to look where I'm gonna start, but we're just gonna jump right in today. Back here in the backyard, I've been working on this mainly on the sides this season. Back in mid-summer, we did an overseed with some turf type tall fescue, and then I went on vacation, and then I went on another trip, baby pool, dog, all of that stuff. Came back and I just kind of ignored it, and I focused more on the sides and the front. Now we're gonna go back and we're gonna have to fix that. I was kind of planning on doing this because number one, I wanted to really overseed with Kentucky Blue. I have Midnight. I'll show you the bag here in just a second. Yeah, and so I've just kind of been waiting for this weather change. So now I'm in prep time. This is all prep. And the reason I'm prepping is because if the weather is to jump back up, instead of seed being wasted and getting fried, we'll know. So, but we'll be prepared and we'll be ready to put seed down. And so that's what I'm doing in this video today, is we're gonna completely get the backyard ready. So all we need to do is get the seed down. And then of course, whatever we're gonna be covering it with. I'll most likely just be using soil. So on that day, when I go get the soil, how I go get the soil, we'll be going and doing that in that video. Today, getting totally prepared for this beautiful fall weather that hopefully is going to stay. So far in the weather, it still isn't going over 80 or anything like that. But check out what we'll be fixing right now. On the sides here, I'll show you from where we're walking. It was raining earlier today, but see, this is all great. But the overseed that I want to start, we're going to start right here. And then you'll see, this is what the back's looking like. So it's not horrible, but it's not good. My plan to fix all this is today, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out the trimmer and I'm gonna trim all along the fence, and I'm gonna trim any of the high grass, any of the weeds that I see and stuff like that. And then after we get done doing that, I'm gonna come back and hand pull any weeds that I see, get rid of them, right? Right after that, we'll come back and then we're gonna mow. I'm gonna mow kind of high, and then we're gonna drop it down and scalp. And that'll pretty much be it for today's video. That's our plan. We don't want the temps jumping up and then having the seed down. That's not good. Just to be prepared. Let me go ahead and show you the seed that we'll be using, and then we'll get straight in the trimming. Here, I'll show you real quick. So over here, this was all leveled and done perennial rye. This stuff's awesome. Great. Right? Here's some tough spots, dog, all dog, and then perennial rye. Most of this area is perennial rye, right? All of this over here, it's great. It's just this area and this spot over here, and then some of this. And then this filled in when I put down the turf type tall fescue everywhere. So right now I've got mainly perennial rye and turf type tall fescue back here. We want that Kentucky Blue. Here's the seed that we'll be using back here. So I got this Midnight Kentucky Bluegrass, and this is from Outside Pride. Now you can get this from a bunch of different places. I really like this this company. I've always had good results with their seed, and then I've also had very good results with the Twin City seed as well. This is another one. I've got the Crystal Blue Lynx, the Creeping Bentgrass. So over here, right there's a golf hole, and then over on this side, back there on the other side of the fence, there's a golf hole over there at the end, and then there's one right here behind me. All right, what my plan was to make a space. I don't know how big I want to go, but we were going to do a project where we just kind of like come back to here, like something like that, and we'll just kill off the grass, and then we'll put the Crystal Blue Lynx, I don't know why I can't say that, around the holes. And then everything else will be Midnight Kentucky Blue and the perennial ryegrass. That was my plan. So we'll start with this, and then this will be another project. That's what I'll be using back here. All right, well, let's get to trimming. And I'm gonna pull those weeds as well. I'll see you back in here before we mow. that, did the trimming. We're not trying to go for like perfection or anything either, because we're going to be scalping things down. And then I'm going to have to come back and we'll be doing some other stuff. But just got stung by a bee right there. I don't know if you can see that. Straight through the glove too when I was doing the weeding. I don't know if you saw that at the end when I like pulled away. But that delayed me for a second. I just took an antihistamine. So I don't know, can you see that? Kind of felt like a pine needle going through a glove, like if you've ever spread pine straw before. It felt like that, but then the throbbing became more progressive and more and more and more and more. And then I was like, oh shit, now I know what happened. We'll get that fixed up. Took an antihistamine. I think the swelling's down a little bit on it. So I think I'm good. I've been stung many times before by hornets and wasps. It looked like a yellow jacket hornet, I don't know. But I'm gonna roll out the mower. We're gonna mow high in the first pass and over everything. And then I'm gonna come back and then I'll lower it and then we'll get everything pulled up and then we'll wrap up the video. And then the next video, that's when we're gonna start to do some stuff before we put the seed down. We'll determine if we're gonna aerate, if we're gonna do this or dethatch or that or whatever. Most likely we'll do some aeration. I don't know yet, we'll see what's up. Just also making sure that I don't need to go to the hospital or urgent care or something like that. So just kind of monitoring myself. I've got about an hour before the sun goes down. So just kind of chilling. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'll get this mowing done. And then, yeah, I think everything's looking great. Bust out that mower right now and then we'll finish it up back there. I'll see you here in a second in the garage. Let's go. Got done with all the mowing as best I could. Kept getting attacked by by more hornets and stuff, so I'll have to figure that out tomorrow. It seems like they're coming from like all the houses around us, and then they come to my fruit trees, and then they try to get into these other trees. So I don't know, but we'll deal with that later. Everything is looking good though back there. I'll show you really quick, and then you can kind of see. And then of course, when we actually go to put the seed down, we'll be scalping it more, and most likely I'll be using a reel. But now you can really see some of this stuff, right? You can really see it now. And you can see where the shade is for most of the day, right? You can totally see where the shade is. And then where you get your full sun. But got everything exactly how I want it to look for now. So hopefully this weather won't be as hot and we'll be able to get that seed down here in like probably 2-3 days. We'll mow again, but like I said, we'll probably use a reel to go even lower, and then hopefully we'll take care of that little little pest problem we've got or whatever it is. I think it's looking awesome. And then, of course, sun's about to go down here in the front. And I filled up the bag 3 times on the mower. That's it for this one. See you in the next one. And we'll get this all finished up and wrapped up in the back. I think everything's looking good back there. And the Kentucky Bluegrass, it really is, I think it's my favorite, that midnight one. It's gonna look fantastic. And see, I've got it here on the sides as well. And you can just see how nice it looks. See, my finger isn't swollen anymore, so that's a good sign. Thanks for watching the Yard Dad. I'll see you tomorrow. See you on the next one. Peace.